On to you Scorpios out here. So you have the Five of Wands, the Empress, and then you Scorpios also have the Queen of Cups. So what I'm seeing here is that this is very much so a very well-rounded self-discovery for you Scorpios, because I'm seeing how, like, some of them may be trying to get to know you right now, and surprisingly you Scorpios are able to kind of see, to piggyback off of what I was talking about the last time, that they're not very good options. See, you're advanced now. So now it's like you're kind of in the future with it, where you can look at someone and get to know them for a little bit and know this is probably not going to last a long time because they are combative with you, or they have this or they have that, and those things could spell trouble for a real relationship, right? And the thing about it is that a lot of you Scorpios, you don't want to put up with it. The Five of Wands, right? You basically letting them know, like, nah, you're not into it. The Empress and the Queen of Cups, you just understand them, not just from a physical standpoint, but you understand their mentality. You understand them. You understand the reasoning behind why they made that specific decision. And that is part of the reason why you don't want to be with them. I've talked about it before. You understand them emotionally, you understand them mentally, because both emotions and what you think are intertwined with one another. And you Scorpios are water signs, so y'all are feelers, right? So you understand this. You understand the concept of why people do what they do, but it doesn't get benefits in the long run. It's short-term answers for long-term problems, right? They're looking at things short-term instead of looking at them long-term. And see, the situation is that the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Cups right here represents, I just see that with the skills and the kind of, not just the skills, but the temperament now that you Scorpios have, you're not upset, you're not holding being upset in, you're more so in a sense of figuring out why you're upset and then actually dealing with what you're upset about, right? If it's something that's bothering you. Once again, I'm just seeing how this is a specific situation for you Scorpios, where you don't really see a lot of people, specifically the person that was trying to talk to you from the very beginning, that represents this Five of Wands scenario, as really being on point to where they could understand you and the disposition in which you Scorpios come from. I think the majority of the people that you've met, especially between the last, I don't know, 2 years, 2024 up to now, has been kind of downstairs with it, meaning that like you know how it is that you don't want to say certain things to people because you know that they're not going to get it. So it's like this rigmarole of, why am I talking to you? Because I know you're not going to get it, because you're going to make it everything about other than what it is. You're going to make it about everything else other than what it actually is about. And that's what it is that you Scorpios are just refusing to do. You don't want to get into relationships like that where you're talking to people based upon that, right? Like you're speaking to people and it feels like you gotta basically, it's tough speaking to them because they don't want to step their mind, they don't want to step their game up, they don't want to step their mind up, they don't want to open their mind. They don't want to expand their consciousness. They just basically want regular things of what it is that you are accustomed to. And that is not the point of a relationship. That's not the point of a relationship. And sometimes people will have their hands up. And it's like, let's get one thing straight, because I'm going to have to break that down too. The point of a relationship is to develop a relationship with yourself and the other person and grow. You're not supposed to just stay stuck for the rest of your life. You're doing exactly the same things that you're doing. No, that's not a real relationship. You feel me? You're supposed to change. The things that you were weak in, the areas that you're weak in emotionally and physically, your significant other will bring that up, and then you'll have to address it. It's about the addressing of your same weaknesses and your issues, which is what I talk about here in the first place. That's what a relationship is about, right? And of course, you have the benefits that come with that. But that's my point. Like you Scorpios are tired of talking to people, and it's like, you know, the outcome of it. You know they're gonna make excuses for everything that you say. They're gonna make up an excuse as to why it is that they don't want to. And the thing is that when you say stuff like this, oh, you know, I'm being a Virgo, all this goofy stuff. Since when did being a Virgo be a bad thing? Now all of a sudden you got a lot of people coming out of the woodwork upset at Virgos, which it goes to show you how stupid it is, because none of that stuff is even like validated. People are assigning problems to us Virgos that don't, you know what I'm saying, that we can't even wear the jacket of. It's like, oh, you know, you Virgos be wanting the sky from up above on the heavens to come down on us. And it's like, I don't know what you're talking about, fam. Like, we don't be thinking about stuff like that. You may be taking it a little bit too far. You know? But so the thing is that the Strength card, the Eight of Wands and the Two of Pentacles, again, you know what you into. You Scorpios know what you into. And this is why, again, you Scorpios are just not rocking with it. It's because, again, you're not rocking with it. You know, you're going to determine your destiny. I've talked about it before. And what I mean when I say determine your destiny, I mean a person will show you who they are, and you'll show a person who you are, and you will have an active hand in if you end up with them or not. They can like you, but you don't have to like them. And you Scorpios will be the ones to make it actively an active decision on whether or not you like the person or you don't. For right now, you Scorpios are basically doing your thing. You don't have time for that right now. You know, I see that a lot of people have made decisions for you, which goes right back into the powerlessness that you once felt, right? Because I have Pluto and Scorpio in my 8th house. And I know what it, and then, you know, Saturn and Capricorn and you know, Saturn and Capricorn in a bunch of different places in my birth chart and everything like that. Or I should say a combination of the two in a bunch of different places. So that powerlessness, especially when you feel when you're young, or you feel like you feel when you were younger, because you didn't know what to do. You didn't have the tools. You weren't prepared. You didn't know that if a person gives you a bad deal, you don't have to take it. Whether it's business, whether it's family, whether it's whatever kind of interaction you have with somebody, you do not have to take it. You do not have to participate in it. You do not have to accept the engagement of how the two of you interact with one another. And so that's what it is that you Scorpios are not doing. You're not accepting it. And on the other, and whoever you may interact with that you decide that you don't want, they have to accept it. This is how it is that you get your self-respect. This is how you get respect from other people. It's asceticism. It's not overindulgence. It's asceticism, meaning the ability to say no. Matter of fact, I may post up the definition in the comment section if you want me to, right? You know, y'all are subscribers. Let me know if you want me to post up kind of asceticism or the definition in the comment section so you can go back and study it for yourself. Because, you know, I don't like to just talk on camera. I like to give y'all resources. It's not just about talking to y'all and stuff like this. It's also about, I want y'all to go back, check for yourselves to make sure that I'm not BSing you, as well as you can learn something for yourself. Because if there's one thing I can't stand is our adults that don't want to learn and they close mind. I can't stand it. I can't take seriously a person who or people who do stuff like that. But the point that I'm trying to make, I'm talking about in a general sense, not just specifically you Scorpios. I'm talking about in general. But the point that I'm trying to make here with that is that the Three of Cups and the Seven of Cups speaks to, again, like, you know, things are going well. So you have to make sure that the people whom you're interacting with are equally yoked, right? People who definitely have a value system similar to yours, and they basically like winning. They like avoiding dysfunction. They are a good choice, you know? And so, you know, I'm starting to talk about good options. And it's like, we know what bad options are. Stop playing. You know what a bad option is. You know, a bad option is when a person is not in control of their emotions, they're dysfunctional, their priorities. Let me just say what it is at its core. Their priorities are all out of whack. The priorities that they have are not in synced with one another, ironically, but they're not they're not synchronized with one another. And so you Scorpios don't want that. What y'all want is structure. So let's clarify the Seven of Cups. What y'all want is a person who has structure, not just a person who, you know, looks to just expect you to give it while they don't listen to it, while they just take the rewards and the benefits of everything that you Scorpios give to them. Because what I'm seeing here is that, again, like the quality of your life, like I've been talking about for about 2 months now, the quality of y'all life, 2 or 3 months now, quality of your life is getting better, right? And this is what I'm talking about. You can't have an idiot. You can't have a short yellow bus individual just around you and they don't know how to play their position. They will ruin it for you. So let's clarify the Seven of Cups. Okay. I guess it didn't want me to shuffle anymore. All right. Lovers, Page of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, the World card, and then you have the King of Swords to clarify. So the Lovers, the Page of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles to clarify the Seven of Cups, right? This is great because this is what you Scorpios want. You want options. You want to where if you don't want a person, you don't have to be with them because they're not a very good option. Their priorities are not taken care of, right? Their priorities are running them. They're not running their priorities. They're not on top of it. And so the Lovers, the Page of Cups, and the Ace of Pentacles is about how, since that's the case, a lot of you Scorpios are in a position where because you Scorpios' priorities are on point, you are on top of it. Again, you have to be critical about whom you getting to know. You have to be. This is the thing a lot of people don't take into consideration because I understand the concept. The concept is you're trying to give a person a chance, but you know what I'm saying? Like you feel what I'm saying? Like it can't be so out there to the point where it's like you just observe that they don't have a whole lot going for them and then you give them a chance. It's like, why would you do that, right? So the thing is that for you, I'm seeing that you Scorpios are figuring it out. Like the quality of your life is getting good. You have to be aware of whom you getting into the sheets with, right? Like you have to be aware of that stuff. You have to, because if you don't, it's yourself on the line. You have things to lose. And so for you Scorpios that are married, again, y'all going through a little bit of marriage bumps, but at the same time, the two of you are choosing to still be with each other, right? And for you single Scorpios, and for you married Scorpios or in a relationship Scorpios, right? If you're in a relationship as a Scorpio, things are going well. You're choosing to still amend or improve on the relationship, so things are still going well. For you Scorpios who are single, again, the World card, King of Swords, King of the World, right? Again, King of the World. You have, the world is your oyster. I keep saying it, but like, it's the truth. The world, you have so much advantage. It's like, it's whatever you want to do. And what I'm trying to say here is that you Scorpios are approaching it the wise way, a very wise way. You're not just trying to run through every single thing. It's more so in a sense that, yeah, you could, but you understand it from the long-term perspective. If you do this now, you're going to have fun running through the people who you want, because you can make anybody like you as of right now. A lot of people would not mind hanging out with you Scorpios, even if you cold approach. But the problem is that long term, that would be a problem, because you're not actually getting to know these people for real, to even make sure that, you know, there's no backlash coming after this. Because even after, sometimes, I'm sure you Scorpios know this, I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir, but how many of you Scorpios interacted with somebody, had romantic fun with them, if you know what I mean, and then like you realize that you should have probably gotten to know them, because you realize that they had all these problems after the fact. And it's not that you got anything, if you catch my drift. You didn't catch anything. It's just that with you, what it is that you realize they got mental problems. So now it's like, and emotional problems. So now it's like, you're like, okay, this is an issue where they're liable to bug out. This is an issue where they're liable to, you know what I'm saying? They're liable to just like, anything could like potentially provoke them, and you don't want to have to deal with that stuff. So other than that, you Scorpios are very much so wise with how you handle your business. And again, you're looking for good options. There's opportunity everywhere when it comes to you Scorpios, with money and stuff like this. But even when it comes to relationships in particular, the money is not another person. Other people are other people. So the money is predictable if you control it that way. Other people are not controllable. So there's a lot more variables. And you Scorpios are approaching that wisely because of it. You understand that not everything is going to be fixed just from taking advantage of every single impulse. You have to control yourself and get to know people a little while, or a little bit, you know, before you just run through everybody, or run through a certain amount of people given a certain window, right? Because even me, after I'm done having romantic fun, I be taking breaks. Like, unless I'm gonna continue to get to know this person, I be taking breaks. I don't just, like, my body count, you can count on one hand with fingers left over. Like, real, I'm serious. Like, I don't just be just running through or whatnot. No, I be taking breaks. Because at the end of it, you got to think about it like, yo, did I catch anything? I hope such and such ain't, ain't expecting now that you got it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you get nervous after that. You like, yo, then you start to feel something for the person. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. I'm trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. I'm at 22,093 subscribers. I love it. This is wild. This is wild. Never in my wildest dreams. We're coming up on 22,100 already. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.